Our first approach was to build an optimization model based on average food prices for a group of food items that had varying amounts of different nutrients and included beef, chicken, salmon, kale, and rice. However, this demonstrates the flaw of averages because in reality, local food prices have uncertainty and can change based on seasonality. To account for this, we introduced forecasting to find better predictions for food prices this year. Using seasonal values for food prices in the last 10 years, we generate a month-year price ratio by comparing actual month-by-month values to the calendar year values for food prices. From there, we deseasonalize the data by dividing the month ratio against the monthly average and generating a resulting forecast value for some month based on these month-to-month predictions. The user includes base costs for food items, and the model will generate an actual cost based on the seasonal index values. On the user side, the user provides a base budget, and the model uses SITMAP to simulate the value of your budget over 1,000 trials. The adjusted budget integrates VIX, a measure of the implied volatility of S&P 500 index options, to simplistically simulate the possible variation in your budget numbers using a normal distribution. The model will display red indicating failure or green indicating success, depending on whether or not you have met your budgetary constraints.
This is the linear program we formulated on Excel to optimize what we would buy at a grocery store. User can input his or her budget here below in the base budget section, the current market volatility, and choose a specific month of the year so that the prices will be adjusted accordingly. Next, the user can enter the amount of different nutrients he or she requires in a blue box on the right, and the values will be adjusted accordingly. So you can see here that we've inputted some default values for you. You can also change them and input your own nutritional requirements depending on, or your own base values depending on the products that you're buying. We just took the standard rates from common food items. The user also has the additional option of selecting which items to include in their diet if perhaps they're vegetarian or vegan. So we can look at the different options here and click to select whether or not they're included. You can also set the minimum values in your diet if you want to have a certain amount of food. For example, the minimum values for beef are currently 0, chicken 0, and whatnot, but we can increase that if we need to. Excel Solver tells us whether a particular scenario has a feasible solution or not. So we click on the budget groceries option, and that will output the correct number of food inputs that one should buy in the corresponding row of cells above. So we can see this at the top. The cell on the bottom gives the total cost of buying these combination of foods and can be compared with a specified budget.